Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How you doing now?
Sounds like they're cheering out there.
Fill this room up. Will you do the prayer? Will you do the prayer?
Yeah. You're good at that.
Special intention.
Are we on?
We are on. We're going to let the ladies all come in first.
Okay.
Martin.
Fill it up, champs. Yeah. And oh, okay. That's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. We call to order the May 9th, 2019 Recreation Committee meeting. Roll call. Chairman Turner is on his way, and Oliver Joseph, Councilman Joseph. Oh, there he is. Man, you always make me do the work.
You got the stick.
Just calling order.
Who's going to do the invocation of pledge?
Randy's doing it.
Okay. Who else going to do the invocation of pledge of allegiance? Please stand.
Name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. Lord, we ask that you look upon everyone in Ascension Parish and please take care of them. Through the weather that we're having today and the weather we have forecast, and carry us through the hurricane season. Lord, it's with special blessings that you look upon everyone in the Santa Monica High School family as we celebrate the goals and the camaraderie and the moral values of the high school and their girls softball team. We ask that you keep everyone safe. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to remind the public if anybody wants to speak on a particular item, please fill out the comment card. With that, we'll go to agenda item number 4, the recognition of the Santa Monica High School girls softball team.
How about we get y'all come up here and hold this while the parish president reads?
Gentlemen, we're very honored tonight to have in the house the Black and Gold State Championship Santa Monica High girls. Woo! Whereas the Santa Monica Lady Gators 2019 softball team finished the 2019 season with a record of 28 wins and 2 losses. And whereas Santa Monica Lady Gators 2019 softball team placed 12 players on the all-district team, including district most valuable player, Elise Romano, who, by the way, is the daughter of our recreation director, BJ. And Coach of the Year, Amy Petey. And whereas the Santa Monica Lady Gators 2019 softball team won the District 5A championship and remained undefeated in district for the 7th year in a row. And whereas the Santa Monica Lady Gators 2019 softball team are the 2019 5A Louisiana state champions. Now, therefore, I, Kenny Matassa, President of Parish of Ascension, by virtue and authority vested in me, do hereby proclaim May 9th, 2019 as Santa Monica Lady Gator Softball State Championship Day in Ascension Parish. Okay, we're gonna give out some certificates.
They're in this order, yeah.
All right, we'll start with the coaches. Head coach Amy Petrie. Assistant coach Mark Mayer. We had assistant coach Jay Brignac. He's not here tonight. Assistant coach Darrell Landry. I don't think he's here tonight. Assistant coach John Bentavenia. He's here. Manager Zach Zarang. Lady Gator Seniors, number 1, Kelsey Martine. Number 26, Chandler Gidry. Number 31, Megan Boutwell. Juniors, number 3, Riley Rossi. Number 4, Kendall Kerr. Number 8, Peyton Grenier. Number 11, Eva Crochet. Number 12, Naeli Rodriguez. Number 18, Alyssa Romano. Number 28, Jesse Allison. Number 29, Kaylee Dufour. Number 37, Addie Bourgeois. Sophomores, number 2, Addiston Mahoney. Number 10, Sophie Smith. Number 32, Kaylee Parker. Number 34, and Louisiana State Tournament MVP, Julia Kramer. Number 35, Shelby Whittington. The Fab Freshman, number 7, Lauren Crochet. Number 9, Carmen Dixon. Number 13, Maria Crochet. Number 15, Riley Boudreau. Number 19, Sydney Hughes. Number 23, Kyra Sorensen. Number 25, Katarina Byers. Number 30, Harley Lamons. And number 36, Bailey Bentavenia.
Coach, you want to say a few words? You know, here to honor y'all tonight on the, if you could give us a little play-by-play on what happened this year.
Sure. How long I got?
As long as you want.
No, this group of kids right here, 3 seniors, so very young squad. Not a lot of returners from last year's group that went 33-3. So what they were able to do this season, going 28-2, winning another district championship, and then winning the ultimate championship was truly amazing. They came to work every single day. There's really not a day I could think of that they didn't give me everything they had, and I think that's what makes this so special. Until the very last game, they continued to get better and better, and they just improved every single day, and it's because they came out and worked. My assistant coaches, we don't have Coach Darrell and Coach Jay here, but we do have Coach Mark and Coach John. So very important to everything we did as well. I think that having them so important. Both these guys managed our pitcher, Alyssa Romano, who the MVP of the district, did an outstanding job for us, kept us in every single game. So important to have them and our other two assistants that couldn't be with us, but couldn't be more proud of them, the way they handled themselves on the field, but also the way they represent our community and our school. Outstanding.
Great job. I'd like to also say, since the fabulous weekend that it had, since it's come out, we placed, 4 players on the All-Metro team, which also included Alyssa Romano as All-Metro MVP and Coach Petrie as Coach of the Year. We've also, the team itself was nominated for, the Advocates. The Advocates Star of Stars are one of 3 teams that are still in a finalist to win Female Team of the Year, as well as Coach Petrie is one of 3 coaches left to be Female Coach of the Year, too. So, great honors.
Congratulations.
And also, real quick, want to recognize the mayor of Santa Maria, Mr. Santa Maria, Clark Lambert's birthday today. Ladies, y'all want to crank it up? Sing, Kelsey. Let's go. Happy birthday.
Come on, Clark, come up here. I want to take a quick second. I would like to recognize the parents, you guys, the support, the boosters. Y'all make it happen. Y'all have turned out one of the greatest groups of folks right here that we've seen, and we got plenty more years to come. Y'all will be back up here. We want to thank y'all very much. I'd like Councilman Todd Lambert, come up here and get a picture, man. Come on, get around here.
Well, hold on a minute. We gotta have to strategize here. I got a wide angle lens, but it's not that wide.
Strategic.
How about a couple rows here and put some on the background?
Yeah, could some of you stay from right there? Why don't you go back up there with the council members? We don't. No, up. Go up on the dais.
Some of y'all. Rest of y'all come in the middle.
I think so.
We're expecting this next year, too.
Yeah.
All right, Martin, they win.
I need everybody to squeeze in a little bit. Maybe.
There you go. That's okay, 'cause that looks good.
This young man, if you would stand a little closer to Clark. That's even better. That's terrific. I look like champs.
Good?
Fantastic. Thank you.
I think I have that. Fans definitely did. According to like 100% touchdown. Yeah. I may have one little block. It's not.
My district
Church Point Road.
Hey, the rest of this is awfully boring, so you don't feel obligated to stay.
Yeah, yeah.
You do not have to stay.
Bye, Cookie. Bye, everybody.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I'll be ready.
All right, with that, we'll go to agenda item number 5, the director's report by B.J. Romano.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's recreation meeting. Put my director's report up here. As I'm sounding my ladies again. All right, director's report from May 9th. Start off with a quick baseball, softball report. Baseball and softball on the east side is actually coming down the home stretch. The leagues have had another huge success and are moving into their all-star season soon. West side has a later starting date and will start in the coming days. We were pleased to announce from our last meeting that we created a sub-league out of Jackie Robinson Park, and they will also participate in the West Side division of our league. We talked about it for a couple months now, our summer camp. There's a little summer camp update and info. Summer camp program is full steam ahead. The 5-week program will take place at the Lamar Dixon facilities. It'll offer indoor and outdoor activities, active events such as basketball, football, soccer, as well as educational programs with arts and crafts will all be included. You can register online. Just visit the Parish website at ascensionparish.net. Go to the recreation tab, and from there you'll see a little tab to click on to register for the camp. You can register in person at the West Side Recreation Location Office and the East Side Recreation Office off of Stringer Bridge Road as well. You can get more information on the camp if you visit our Facebook page at Ascension Parish Recreation. This camp itself will be a 5-week camp, and it runs June 24th through July 26th. The Recreation Department is happy to announce, a little sooner than normal, that we've opened up both splash pads on the east side and the west side. They're fully operational. The pads themselves are open Tuesday through Sunday. They use it, the splash pads crank up at 8 a.m. and they usually run to just past dark. Just want to let the public know it's Tuesday through Sunday because it does take maintenance, over them. So we shut it down every Monday so we can go through and make sure everything's properly working and everything's in functional order. So. And with that concludes the director's report.
Thank you. BJ, on the camp, I noticed that there are ads running for counselors, and I'm just curious how that's going. Y'all getting a good bit of response with applicants?
Right, we just started sending that out, and I'm going to include that on there. We are looking for all facets of the camp. We have junior counselors, regular counselors. We have basically the senior counselors, and then a director of the whole thing as well. And we just started putting that out, and hopefully that starts coming in pretty soon. We spread it pretty well, and I've gotten a lot of inquiries about it. A lot of the Santa Monica softball ladies, and for junior counselors and stuff like that, and any of our youth, our 16, 17, 18s want to be junior counselors and so on. And it's a pretty good start so far.
Good. And I know registration just started also.
It just started.
Anyone
right.
registered yet? Or?
Just started. I haven't got any numbers in yet, but I think there's definitely a few already. So.
Okay, good. You'll have a better report next month.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No other questions? And also, BJ, with the Jackie Robinson Park, I know there were some issues with a couple of light poles, and are we getting those resolved as far as trying to get?
Right. They were out there today giving us another rundown. Exactly. So we don't want to just go do one thing and 10 things are wrong. So they kind of gave a review of everything there, and we're lining up now to get all that taken care of. So.
Councilman McClure.
Yeah, BJ, I know y'all manage it all you can, but at the Santa Monica Park right there on Stringer Bridge Road, we still, I would ask that y'all try to get the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office involved. We still have people there all night. cutting donuts,
Believe I'm chasing them out the park every day.
doing, well, they're there at night.
Right, right.
Okay, and, you know, we hadn't locked the gates yet. And,
Actually, the gates it hasn't been consistent yet, but we have been getting the gates locked a fair amount of time. The baseball league has been locking for us at night. They may have discontinued that a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week and a half ago, but they were locking it pretty regularly. So, but we'll double check on that.
And like I said, just and I think it's more the adult leagues. Just you know, people just leaving out of there. Well, first of all, at the front field, they play music loud like they had a festival, and I've had several complaints from the neighbors on both sides, and they're just leaving out of there like they had a drag strip. Okay.
Right. I mean, I've seen it. It's not just the front; it's the front and the back. It's
But
you know, we have teenagers, and it doesn't matter. We have 1,000
these
signs and
adults,
stuff.
sir,
So
they playing in the adult league, so I don't
Yeah.
know, they're not kids, you know. So, but I appreciate anything you can do
Right.
with that. And
if it, I mean, we're still going to get a hold of it no matter what. I mean, I've been out there several times just to monitor the league, and I haven't witnessed anything you said because I wasn't there when everyone left. Okay, there wasn't any music, or anything, but I mean, I'm sure it's hit or miss. But the actual adult league actually concluded, so it kind of took care of itself. But when it does start back up again, we'll monitor a little better. So
yeah, and it's more on the front field. That's you
Right.
got more houses along the front field
right,
on both sides.
it's just closer. Yep,
But other than that, hey, thank y'all for the job y'all doing.
gotcha.
Everything's looking good.
Right,
We appreciate it. I know y'all put a lot of hard work into all the fields and everything.
that they do. Them guys are out there every day. You know,
And the playgrounds. Playgrounds look great.
right.
Thank y'all very much.
Councilman Lawler.
Real briefly, I want to shout out to Michelle. First of all, say a little prayer for her. I know she's had some family members with some illness. She helped last night. She stepped in. We, last minute, trying to get into the Oak Grove Community Center. Mike and Lowe was able to call her up, and she stepped it up right away. So let her know we really appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
With that, we'll go to agenda item number 6, the skate park update. I know I asked for this to be put on the,
Update on it?
yes.
Okay, I'm working with the school board. They brought it to the meeting the other night, and we have to go through the process of a appraisal on the property and stuff. We're going to get some property from the school board. We got a cost on moving the main structures of the skate park, the things that come up high. We saw cut them, and then we got a cost of about 24 something to move it to that location, and then we have to get a price on pulling the middle and putting it back together. So by next meeting, I'll give you the whole 9 yards on it, but the school board at the meeting the other night, they agreed to move forward with the process on us getting the property from them.
Councilman Fuller.
Yeah, Mr. President, where is this? Where is this?
Oh, at the corner of 44 and Cornerview.
Okay.
The little piece of property, which is ideal to be looked at by the police or whoever, on the corner between the road and the trees.
Yeah.
Is a piece that they can't use, and we negotiating on that.
Good deal. Thank you, sir.
Councilman Lawler.
I just want to tell Mr. President, thank you. I know you've been working hard on this, and it's greatly appreciated by the people involved with the skate park.
You know, it would be a really good location, let's put it like that, for the skaters, the ones that really want to skate.
Yeah, it's dynamite, and I'm glad we're able to figure out a way to cut it up and move it instead of just tearing something down, throwing it away.
Yeah.
So great job.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Lawler.
And also appreciate putting it in a location with high visibility, because that's going to enhance the, you know.
Right. We always
people
said
that
from
hang
the
around
beginning
there,
that the location was the problem, you know.
Back where it is now, they're kind of in the back and hidden, so this will be good. Thank you.
Other questions? With that, we'll go to agenda item number 7, Darrell Community Center. Mr. Jesse Bartley.
Let me get that timer going.
To the president, Mr. Matassa, other board member and recreation member, tonight we have a committee from the Ascension Trace and the Darrow area would like to make a presentation for the Darrow Community Center. And just for your information, that the Darrow Community Center is one of the oldest one in the parish. And I say that because of the fact that Ascension Parish was not in the business of building community project then. We at that time, the state had money, and it was during Governor Edwards' either first or second term that we got $50,000, and Joe Severia was the senator at that time. So there are some repairs, and if you check the record, the center is booked every weekend. And mainly because of the fact that when it was built, the square footage is much larger than the one that the parish is building now, and that's one reason. But we do have a committee, and at this time, I yield my minutes, the rest of it, to the committee, and the president will make a presentation. Thank you.
Hello. I'd like to thank everybody for y'all's time and service that y'all give to Ascension Parish. It is greatly appreciated. My name is Jennifer Yarbrough, and I've been a resident since 2006. In 2009, I moved to Darrow. I currently live in a subdivision, Ascension Trace, that has 271 homes. And I'm also the president of our homeowners association. We do several different events throughout the year, not only for our subdivision, but for different things for the parish. Recently, we just did a fundraiser for the 5th Ward Fire Department. We would like to be able to rent out a place that's larger so we can hold more events. And of course, the Darrow Community Center is close to us and large enough to allow us to have the indoor and outdoor space that we need. Upon visiting the community center, while walking through it, it's showing its age. The inside, the tiles are dipping, falling down. The floors are very discolored. You can't even tell what color it used to be. The kitchen, the stove is falling apart. I do have pictures in the packlets that I have made for y'all, and I have a few pictures more of showing the colorations of the floors and everything, and the bathrooms and all that. Outside the recreation center, the lights are missing. There's no proper lighting outside. The bulbs are either broke or shattered. The windows are shattered also. We would like the parish to help in putting money back into that community center that is booked every weekend for events, so that it does look nicer, so that it can keep the money flow coming in every weekend being booked. I don't know if y'all wanted to see the rest of these pictures.
We have the whole package. If you have more, that's fine, yeah.
I do have more
yeah.
that weren't in the packet.
Right.
Was there anything else? We do have several kids in our subdivision, along with the subdivisions behind Darrow and around the community center. We understand there's a pavilion being built behind the 5th Ward Fire Department on Highway 22 right now. The playground that is at the community center is nice. I would like to know, is there going to be more built with a pavilion behind the fire department on Highway 22?
Yes, I mean, everything is phases, you know, so the phase right now is to get, you know, the park actually went from a budget of $98,000 to almost $400,000, you know, to expand it to the bigger pavilion, bathrooms and all the things. So all that's done. And then, like I said, it had a brand new playground there, right, originally. So that's already automatically going back. We just had to remove it because the land itself had to be built up. So that's why it's been removed. But it's already slated to get a new playground. And then just like all of our parks and all of our locations, we're gonna constantly fill the needs, you know, that what we need over there. But you know, we do ask everyone to bear with us. Even going through your pictures, if you notice at Darrow, same thing. We've brand new swing sets, brand new playgrounds. We just recently went out there and trimmed every tree. They had trees hanging over the baseball field. Took care of all that. Did a clean sweep. And some of your pictures, yeah. And we are definitely aware that not just Darrow, but even guys, I mean, they are starting to show their age and they're outdated. So we had people out there today giving us quotes on you know, different types of flooring options. But we also recognize that the deal that we don't want to jump anything quickly because if you just throw something in there quickly, it's going to get worn out just like that again. So we're exploring more commercial options and industrial options that, one, will make it aesthetically pleasing, but will also stand the test of time for the amount of traffic that is out there. So we do appreciate you guys' comments, and just want you to know that we are on top of it too. We can't, we don't move at a super fast pace because we have 25 parks, so we have to space things out. But we are steadily moving, especially in that area. Like I said, you get in the new pavilion, Hillary and all that. And like I said, then the playgrounds and the swing sets, they're all been added to the deal. And we have basketball court refurbished stuff that's going on. So we finished one project on the west side, then we'll start doing some east side too. So we also have plans to refurbish the basketball court, And these are all in our down the line plans. So it will take a little while. So we do want you guys to know we are definitely aware of things, and we're trying to get on top of them as quickly as we can. So
We just want to make sure that, I know our area is not that big, and we don't hold sporting events and stuff like Santa Mall and Lamar Dixon and all that does. We just want to make sure that we don't get shuffled and get displaced or missed as part of Ascension Parish, because we don't hold the big events like the
Right.
other cities do.
yeah. But as you stated, and we're very well, because at this point in time, to this date, the community center itself at Darrow, I think it's fully booked every weekend until like September.
Yes.
So believe me, you don't get lost in the shuffle. That's revenue generating for us, So we are fully aware that it's used constantly. And we are. I mean, I went out there myself, and I didn't, when I first got the job, and I was unhappy with just the outside aesthetics of the place. So the mulch that's been added, and the bushes have been trimmed around it. That was just stuff we could do as quick as possible. And we have so much more plans than that. They take a little bit longer to do so. But I promise you, we're definitely aware of it, and it's in there. It's in our path. Tonight, later on, and another thing, we're going to talk about our 1, 3, and 7 year plans, and updating all our community centers and modernizing them and making them more feasible and aesthetically pleasing is all in this program too. So,
BJ, what would be the downtime for the Darrow Community Center once they start? I know we have doing as far as the floors. What would be the downtime on the community center?
as far as getting it done, you talking about?
Yes.
I mean, you know how it works. We got to get the bids out, decide, council, committee, everyone decides, what our best options are, and then bid it out and then get rolling with it. I would say sometimes it gets started within a year, And it's just that, a lot of stuff you see, I've seen the pictures, and there's good and there's bad. Even I see the little thing on the stove that's off, but that's actually got fixed. It's already been fixed, The stove itself is outdated, So we're all looking at having it cleaned and maybe having it upgraded itself. The rest of the kitchen, you see, it's pretty good. We've actually replaced the ceiling tiles multiple times already, so there's some type of moisture that just keeps accumulating, above there. And we've had the roof looked at multiple times, and it's going right back to after we, how we fix them. So we're still looking to figure out what the issues are with that. The lighting outside, that's kind of, we fixed them several times, and then we're going to keep on fixing them. We won't stop fixing them, but then that's kind of the outside entities that keep, coming over there, and basically vandalizing, certain things. So, but
And just for the record, these pictures are from Monday afternoon when
Right.
I walked through.
right, and even we've had it painted before, but you'll notice that most of the issues we have with the paint is actually renters kind of breaking procedures and policies because we tell them you can't put anything on the walls, and they keep stapling and taping stuff to the walls, and then they just rip their thing off and they leave, the tape and everything else, and then it just keeps accumulating and accumulating. So we're also looking to figure out a way to shut that down too and police it better. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to stick my neck on the line and give a full timetable because I've got big plans, because again, it's a.
I guess I wouldn't ask when it's going to start. I was just asking as far as once it does start, how long would the center be out of commission for?
I mean, for just we would do. That's another reason I would want to do it in phases. I wouldn't do it all because I don't want to shut the community center down for 6, 7, 8 months. So I want, phase one. The biggest issue I believe in there is the floors. So we want to look in and getting the floors done, and that probably You already got a few weeks.
Yeah, that'll be at least some downtime to the floor, for sure.
Right. I mean, price wise, Balfour, we had someone just come in and just basically refurbish what's there, and that's like $3,000. Then we had someone that's come in and then put it all in new, and that's going to be like $13,000. Just in the two initial, quotes that we've gotten so far. But like I said, we're still trying to explore, more options. And then, just to do the floor itself, I mean, that's about a 1 week job. It takes about a week to do that. So it's really, it almost can maybe be coincide where you only shut it down during a weekday, and it can probably get taken care of. Which is why, I want to, revamp the whole thing, but I don't want to do it all at once because, again, it's booked every weekend. So we don't want to floors, ceilings, walls, everything all at once because then that could be a month, and we don't want to shut it down and have that not as a rental option for the community and outside the community for a full month or 2 months. So. Right, right.
So all your other centers got a little small room.
Yes, sir.
Anything where you get a lot of, people, they won't rent that because of the fact that the square footage is much large.
Right.
Like I said, it was built at that time when it's not like the centers now. You just got a lot of space, and that's the reason.
Councilman, what you could do as far as the lighting, I know BJ told y'all about the parks. You could get a contractor to do Jackie Robinson Park and all of those outside lights over there on your lighting district. All y'all got to do is
Yeah, I spoke with Michelle about that.
you know what I mean? And so that could be done by the same one contractor, and you could take care of the park and the community center at the same time. You know, all you gotta do is submit the request.
Councilman Clua.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the pictures, and I see a hell of a lot of vandalism in some of this stuff, so maybe we can step up some
Security.
some sheriff's office patrols. I used to, when my son played baseball, I used to help take care of Jackie Robinson Park, and it's no different than what I just said about the Santamar Park. We got the same thing over there. OJ, I'm sure you got it on the other side of the river also. I'm looking in this place. I agree with you, BJ, on the floors. You probably take on probably the hall first, and that might shut the hall down for a week to 2 weeks for somebody to change those floors. Depends on if is it asbestos tile? Do you have to get it up? If it's old, you're talking about a heck of a cost, and then you got to take it up. There's some floors you can go over the top of the other floor if you have a good solid base. I'm looking at this stove right here. I think, are we keeping a stove in here and we cooking?
Right.
Because we made the decision on some of the newer parks that we're not having cooking
Right.
facilities.
I mean, it's
that
grandfathered
goes
in.
into another range with the fire marshal.
Right. It's grandfathered in right now, and as long as everything is kept to the code and specs and underneath
this
the
don't look
fire
like it's
marshal
up to
deal.
code.
So, but don't let the H fool you. It's just the cover on the front that was down, and it's actually been fixed now. So.
Well, whoever ma'am, you took these pictures?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Monday
Okay,
afternoon.
well, you made a good effort at taking a pic. Everything that you got in the pictures has some damage. That's why I'm making a remark.
Right.
That it appears to be damaged.
Oh, I mean, we appreciate the picture. I mean, I appreciate because a lot of the pictures she shows also shows
But,
the diamond in the rough and the beauty that the park is. 'Cause, I mean, she adds
Yeah.
pictures of the playgrounds.
But I think we
you know.
could,
Or the bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you
well, I
was
mean,
done
we've
before you
been
leave.
working on this park for a while now and making a lot of improvements.
Right.
So,
Yeah. As I said, Rome's not built in a day, and that's not just for Darrow. That's for everywhere. Everywhere, when I took over the job, everywhere it was starting to get a little outdated. Some places more than others, and we're slowly but surely trying to tackle as much as we can.
I know well over a year to 2 years, been working on,
Right.
improving things. So
Yep.
See, the floor tile is so discolored.
I'm good with that.
Take a picture of it, it look like you can't put wax on it.
I'm good with it, Mr. Jesse. I'm just saying we've been working on the park, so we're doing a lot of improvements.
Yeah.
I don't want necessarily the persona tonight that that we abandoned this park and now we have the community coming forward that we hadn't been doing anything. Okay, and you do have plans to fix these things.
Of course.
That's good.
We've always been proactive. Like I said,
Thank you.
Things don't always move as fast as we want them to, but we're there. So.
How many more, as far as the floor quotes, how many more are they supposed to be getting?
Wait, say that again.
For the floor quotes, how many more are we supposed to be getting?
I think we still need one more.
One more. Okay. Are they with Councilman Tasker?
As far as the floor, if y'all give permission tonight to bring the lowest quotes to the council meeting, you can deal with the floor fairly quick.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion on the floors.
I'll make a motion that we bring that to the council.
I'll second that.
Motion by Councilman Lawler, second by Councilman Clua. Any objection? No objection, the motion passes. I guess as point of procedure, we need to bring it straight to the council or do finance first? Bring it straight to.
We're unanimous.
Okay. Okay, we'll keep it going straight to the council.
Is it in the budget? Or is that just a decision we make tonight?
No, I mean, the project itself specifically probably not listed
Yeah.
in the budget, but we do have money in
Right.
community
That's
centers.
what-
We
that's
do
what
have
I
money in the
just wanna
community
make
centers.
sure as we go forward to the rest of our council members.
Councilman Joseph?
Yeah, okay, I understand the motion and everything, but BJ gave us two different situations. So it is, the lowest quote is, be careful what we say, lowest quote. Because lowest quote could just be the little, how much,
Well, it'll be, I mean,
$3,000?
it's the lowest quote on each different type of application. So lowest quote on just restripping the floor. So we'll have the 3 lowest quotes on restripping, and then you'll have, it's 2 totally different
Are you,
bids.
okay, so
Right.
you're gonna look at each situation and, okay,
Right.
and then you'll make a decision on
Right.
that. Okay, I'm cool.
Bring y'all,
All right.
if y'all approve it, to go to the council meeting so y'all can do the lowest bid at that time.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So do we need to amend that motion, or is it?
Now, each one of them is situation.
Yeah.
So,
And they're in the packet here.
right. Okay.
All right, with that, we'll go to agenda item number 8, capital improvements maintenance plan.
All right. We approached body committee to give a little recreation master plan, present, near future, far future. You guys each have a copy. You know, what we come with is, we touched on, we try to narrow it down a little bit, but we touched on a lot of aspects of what we're looking at, but I'm not gonna read the whole thing. You guys have it. You can review it. If you wanna talk about it more at the next meeting, we can. But I'm just gonna touch on, just some basic points on it, for the master plan keynote, our present plans. Right now, we are still everywhere, improving our playing surfaces of baseball, softball, and then trying to continue to keep our soccer services the way they are. Immediate plans, we started our summer camp, so we're trying to expand our programs offered, to get us more in line with, close to a BREC, and other little recreation organizations that are, about our size. We want to offer, more for seniors, sports camps, summer camps, et cetera. Talked about tonight, we're already in the mode of community center upgrades and modernization. And then, of course, the department itself is constantly, trying to continue our improvements to park upkeep and maintenance. In the near future, things that, that we are already in the planning stages on and looking forward to and hope having completed, is we've talked about it several times at our meetings here, the ballpark lighting additions and improvements, moving to LED lighting, which is going to improve the lights, safety standards, and even cherry on top of that, it's going to cut our operating costs, overhead expenses on running the lights. We do have a big need. We used to, I believe before I came here, we used to have a satellite, their own little deal that kind of dealt with the special needs. I think we used to have a little Apple program and such, and I think it kind of dissolved a little bit. It's kind of just floating out there. So we really want to, upgrade our special needs opportunities with that. We're already looking into, I think we have a partnership right now, we're looking to making a special needs ball field. We're looking into ordering the stuff, not just for baseball, softball, for the gym when you have the special needs goals, so we can have that, because we already had the facilities for that in our gym. To do that, and just expand things we can do, for our special needs citizens. Looking at starting annual holiday events for each holiday. You see a lot of recreation departments, throughout the state and even in the regional area that they have, certain events, that the recreation department puts on for each of the holidays. We already have in the planning stages, the engineering drawings coming up for the splash park expansions. Hopefully in the 3-year deal that the gym expansion will be completed by then. We talked tonight, making sure in the total completion, hopefully it's sooner than this, but within the next 1 to 3 years, that the relocation of the skate park is total and complete and ready to roll. We're always into it. And we're hoping within 3 years we have all our playground services upgraded. Not just where we want them at, but now upgraded to where they're on the national level. We're looking at expanding our sports programs. Maybe looking to offering volleyball. Possibly expand in some kind of locations for golf, tennis, lacrosse, et cetera. A big key with me, which I want to start on soon, and hopefully with 3 years we have it done, is that there's a big need, in the community where it's a fitness thing, and you want to get the kids out the house. You want to get them doing something. Well, you have moms and dads, and you have young kids, so it's hard to keep your fitness going. And everyone's being pulled in the same direction. You want to combine as much stuff as you can. So we're looking into having walking trails around every one of our playgrounds. That way your kid can run on the playground, slide, have a great time, and moms or dads get together and they can just circle. They're still right there on them, it's smaller trails, and they can just circle, You know, we're looking at making walking trails that encompass our entire parks, all of them that when it's feasible, but have a smaller one on the inside where the parents can walk a circle if their kids are playing, and if they're not there, they can go to the bigger one as well. So these are all in our near future plans. There's more in-depth stuff and analysis about that actually in the packets that we got. Our further out, our 7-year plan, some of our dreams and hopes and wishes, and hopefully things that we can actually make happen. You know, on the national regional level, yes, everyone is moving towards turf. You know, the front end cost of turf is, it's pretty high. It's pretty expensive. We're hoping in the next, with it becoming more mainstream and more popular and more commonplace, that price to actually have that stuff done actually starts dropping instead of going up, and that's usually how it works. I think it's pretty much hitting a spike right now, and I think it's going to start to come down, and then it'll start making it a little more feasible for us as with our recreation department to move into that. And once we can move into that, it's going to help out. It's going to be, the front end's going to cost us, but once we get rolling with that, you're talking about maintenance drops so far down. That's less equipment we're going to need. Less strain on the equipment we currently have. So it's going to help out. In abundance of ways. We're looking at right now in the near future, we're trying to expand our programs and our events that we offer. Monthly. Maybe biannually. In our 5 to 7 year deal, we really would like to start moving to having daily and weekly and after school stuff. Because we know the youth is very important to the parish. The youth is the future of the parish, and so we really want to start offering more after-school stuff, and all that good deals. So then, once we get our facilities where we need them at, possibly moving to the turf, then we really want to start looking to possibly hosting national and regional events in all the sports: basketball, baseball, soccer already does it. Hopefully, we can even expand more into that. Tennis, volleyball, moving to fishing, and like I said, golf and so on. We have Santa Mall Park Recreation Center within the next 3 years. Hopefully that's 100% completed. And we're trying to make sure it's going to be multifunctional as possible. And in our 5 to 7 year plan, we want to make sure that we modernize the ones we have now, expand, and having more community centers, because obviously they're booked constantly. And we want to make all of them fully multifunctional so we can use them for multiple things without the parish. So as I said, that's just a brief keynotes on our little plans. You have the whole master plan there. You guys can go over that, go through it, and happy to discuss it before next meeting, or we can bring it back up the next meeting and talk about it in detail then.
Okay.
Councilman Joseph.
Yeah, BJ, okay, this document, it is a plan, but you want this document approved by us so it can be a living document and it stays on a plan, a 7-year plan? Because, I have seen these plans come up here before.
Right.
And they get lost in the shuffle because we never approved them or made them as a document by law.
Right.
So,
yeah. We definitely don't want to get lost in the shuffle. That this is my vision. This is our vision. The recreation, the parish's vision. But with it, we were given X amount of time, and I think we need more time on it. So we don't really want to adopt it today because there's going to be some tweaks and some turns. Yeah, for sure. Once we do get, to me, we've had master plans for all aspects of the parish, and they take quite a while to get done. They cost a lot of money. This was me, so I want to go over it some more, get a little more in depth, more details on it. So we do cover everything. So and then yes, we would like to see it, get adopted then. So
okay, that's all right.
Councilman Pruitt.
Thank you, BJ. That's a good outlook. And as you adopt the 7-year plan, there may be a couple councilmen that were around long enough. There was a plan, recreation plan, like a master plan.
right.
So I've been in 3 terms, so it was before that.
Right.
And you might be able to dust that off and find it somewhere.
And with that, I'll say this, and not knocking anyone from the past or anything like that. I've stated it many times. I'm going to be here as long as you guys let me be here. So and this is full steam ahead. It's been there since day one. It's going to continue to be that.
I just want to tell you, if you do find it within that plan, it did have a golf course in it.
Right. I've thrown that idea out a lot. Maybe not a course, but we'll start until we want to expand.
I'm sure the school board got a couple hundred acres somewhere.
As we know, this is a great parish, and people love coming here, and they're moving here every day. So the needs and the resources and everything for recreation is going to continue to expand with the needs that the parish has.
BJ, what I would ask on the plan, if you could try to get in touch with each councilman just to see what they would have on a 1, 3, and 7 year outlook. So we'll try to incorporate that into the document and start moving it from there.
Right.
Councilman Law.
Like I said, I've stated many times, we don't have to wait a month. Everyone has phone numbers and they have my email and everything. Let's talk. Because again, I'm all about making recreation best for the whole. And you guys know your individual communities, better than I would 100% know the needs and wants that they're requesting. And so we're open to anything and everything. So.
Yes. Thank you. This is something that I asked for. It was me that was asking for it. This is a great start. Now, I know you didn't have a lot of time. I didn't expect a perfect product right now. One of the things, and this is this is the kind of start we need. One of the things that I think we may need to do, though, I know people hate studies, but as you know, it's not easy to do, to plan out, and also to assess costs,
Right.
actual needs, predict ADA requirements that we're going to need in the future, and predict, I was looking the other day, if we just look at high school graduates, which we just had a bunch of them in here just now, we're graduating about 1,500 to 2,000 a year. So that means just high school graduates, we're going to grow by 20,000.
Right.
And that's just our family members staying here. We've got the growth coming, so we really need to be able to account for that and expansion of parks, expansion of opportunities. What I really think we're going to need to do is put out for a bid, find somebody that specializes in recreation and planning, so we can go out and actually have a true plan that says, this is what we need at each park, this is how much it's going to cost. Because I think once we have that, I wrote down special needs goals for basketball. That's something that I think if we have a true cost on that, what it's going to be, we have got a lot of people in this parish, a lot of corporations in this parish that will be willing to fund that sort of thing. It doesn't have to purely come from tax dollars, but they're not going to do it unless we know what the cost is, and we can go to them with an actual plan.
Right.
So what I'd like to see, I'm going to make a motion that we put out for a bid, an RFQ, for a contract to do a study of our recreation, our current recreation status, and then to help us plan out a 1, 3, and 5-year plan. And I think we'll have to write into we'll have to get more specific on it, but including costs. We know what the analysis of the future is as far as population goes. We already have that. But really have somebody that does this, that specializes in recreation for the future, to give us an idea on this. Because I see a lot of good ideas on here, but we have no idea how much some of this costs. I mean, anything from, soccer and golf and lacrosse and football, we see that there, but we don't know how much some of this other stuff costs.
Right.
I think we need to get somebody that really specializes in this sort of thing. So I'm making a motion for that.
Got a motion by Councilman Lawler. We have a second.
I'll second.
Got a second by Councilman Kluwat.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Thank you, BJ. It's a good start. It's a good first shot. I agree with Councilman Lawler in the fact that this you can't possibly prioritize.
Right.
Because you have to establish what the needs are.
Right.
Because of the growth, there's so many factors that go into making this thing a working document. I mean, a controlled document.
Right.
Let's say.
Right.
Right now, it's a work in progress, and I think it's a good start. But until we know, and I don't know that we can answer those questions as council members, or we'd had to do surveys to the general public to get answers and what their needs are, and then at one point we're going to have to prioritize. Okay, this is more important. We need to address this. We need to address that. All that, considering the growth that's coming along with it. We have needs because we have an aged recreation department. It's obvious with the Darrow Park. We need to do some work in getting things back up to acceptable standards or better standards. So it's a good start, but let's take it a step further before we adopt it as
Right. And that's why I said when it was asked about adopting it, I said, no, we don't want to adopt it. This is just the start, and we want your input, we want the public's input, and we want if we need to bring it out. And we've actually, I believe, with the master plan that just came out. I mean, I had several meetings with that company as well about a recreation master plan too, and that's all in there too. So it's, with all that together, with combination, we're not gonna. Like I said, that's why we said we definitely don't want to adopt anything right now because we want to get everyone's input and expand it more. So,
Councilman Joseph.
Yeah, BJ, I have all 4 copies of those studies have been done on recreation. Even the previous one, what Mr. Lawless has talking about hiring somebody. We did hire somebody.
Right.
And we have that study. That study is no more than like 4 years old, 5 years, 4 years old. So I'm gonna be against going out hiring somebody for that right now. I think it's a little bit too early. I think you need to get all that document and history and analyze it, and you come back with a recommendation to us.
Right.
And see what we may need. We may not need everything as a whole detail, because you have the data and information. I think you can say, you'll need some expert help on certain items or certain things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would get you a copy of all 4 of them.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll have all those. Like I said, that's one thing. Getting every input, because if we're going to do it, let's do it right. So let's get everyone's input, every possible thing we can get before we truly adopt it in there. So.
I'll retract my second.
And I don't know, we retract the motion. I wasn't aware that we had those.
Yeah.
I don't know, you just keeping those at
Once
home?
again, I didn't
Track
know where you
stuff?
was going, so.
I'm gonna get Kenny.
Mr.
President Townsend.
But what Councilman Joseph said, I was about to say, let us review all of that and then come back to you. Because I know those studies are out there. Can I put my hand on them? No, but tomorrow BJ will. But as you know and I know, the recreation is funded without a tax. So that is the biggest stickler on a lot of things. And I agree with Lawler, if we can get some more participation for sponsorship, which we haven't been able to do so far in a massive way, would help a lot. But to tell you all a positive note tonight, we're going to be announcing this week coming that we joining the Drew Brees flag football league, which will play on the soccer fields. It's like a 5-year contract, so we're going to be doing an announcement with that shortly, which is very positive for the parish and Lamar Dixon. But anyway, I think BJ he works his heart out for this program, and a little money would not hurt. Anyway, next week we'll come to y'all with those reports.
Councilman Kluwat.
Yeah, real quick. Mr. President, you brought up what I had my hand up for, is that on any given night, tonight was a perfect night that we want to celebrate the great people of this parish and what the achievements of any one of our athletic teams, somebody in recreation did. And we fill this room up. We can fill any room up. We could have filled up this room 5 times over tonight, all right, if we'd advertised it as much. But every time that we went forward for recreation, and even with surveys, with polls, that the majority of the citizens of the parish did not want any new tax for recreation, okay? And that's a sad thing, all right? Because one of the things, BJ, you brought up here, because I'm getting older, and Mr. Jesse, you and I have been knowing each other for I don't know how many years. And Miss Yarborough, you said you'd come in, in 2006 or whatever. So it's great if we do these parks and we put some stuff up in these buildings and these rooms, and you show a gathering of a baseball team that back in 1968 or 1975 or 1980 even. So I'm reaching way back. And people are going to walk in there for an event. They might be in there for a wedding shower, or something like that, or a little family reunion. And they're looking at a picture of their grandpa when he played Little League ball, whatever. And we just got to keep the community active. And one of the things that really upset me earlier, I'm looking at pictures of vandalism. Everybody knows me knows I hate vandalism. I can deal with thievery. I can't deal with vandalism because that just ruins something. And we all have it at all our parks. But if we bring more community stuff back in the history of these communities and the strong people and the good families of these communities and how they were built. There was no accident that somebody decided to build a Darrah Park right there. That was a good community out place. That's what might have been where people gathered. Same way in Santa Monica, same way over in Donaldsonville, places like that. So if we come forward with a plan we can definitely whittle out, some of the people that don't want new taxes, we can try to whittle something out, reorganize our tax base or our budget, okay? And try to pull some more money. But we've been trying for a lot of years, right, OJ? And so I'm just saying that if we come forward with a plan that we're going to probably at some point, maybe the next council, the council after is going to go try to go for some tax money. It's got to be a good plan, and it's got to encompass everything. So, you know, BJ, you're a fresh look into that department. We appreciate everything, and I just want more of the young people to get involved, come forward. Thank you.
All right. With that, we'll move to agenda item number 9.
So moved.
Move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, seconded by Councilman Kuai. Meeting adjourned.